Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, 10th day of September, 10th day of Elul. On Erev Rosh Hashanah, one of the customs that many people do is they say Hataras Nedarim, and that kind of means the annulment of vows. So let's explain that. Let's explain what the custom is and, what on earth people are doing when they do that on Erev Rosh Hashanah. If you say to your friend, I'm going to learn with you every day after davening, or something like that, and you don't say bali neder, then it can become a promise, a neder. And you're supposed to fulfill all of your words that you promised to do. And if you stop learning with your friend, you could be guilty of breaking your neder every day because you said you were going to learn with them every day and then you stopped. It gets even tougher because sometimes if you just start a good custom like giving tzedakah every day at a certain point during davening, and it goes on for a while and then you just stop. So the stopping is also kind of like the breaking of a pattern, which can be considered the breaking of a neder. And we don't want any of those that could rack up a lot of sins, God forbid, on a person. So we don't want that hanging over our heads. So we do a kind of general Hataras Nedarim, a general kind of annulling of all of our vows. And we do that on Erev Rosh Hashanah. You don't have to do it exactly that day, but people want to get it done before the great day of judgment comes. So it involves standing in front of three men who act as your beis din. They don't have to be giant rabbis or anything. They're just people who understand the basics of how neder works. And once they do that, you say in front of them a special thing that's written in the Siddur or the Machzor, and it basically says a whole long formula of any kind of permutation or form of neder you want to nullify, and they basically say to you something like mutar lach, mutar lach, mutar lach, hakol mechulin lach, it's all forgiven, hakol shroyim lach, it's all become permitted. And it's not hocus pocus. It's supposed to be for real. So if you have any nedarim hanging on you, you're now in front of a beis din, you say your plea, and they say, the three of them, that we have annulled your promises, and then you go into Rosh Hashanah with a clean slate. That's the gist of what we're doing when we say Hataras Nedarim, the annulment of vows, on Erev Rosh Hashanah. If you didn't do it Erev Rosh Hashanah, you can still do it later. You can actually do it any time of the year, even when you know a specific neder that you want nullified. You can do that, and it's best done in front of three men. And that's the basics of it. There's a lot more, but now you are educated on the basics of Hataras Nedarim. Thanks for logging on. Have a ksiva v'chsima tova. You should be inscribed and written and inscribed for a good year, and we're getting closer to the Yom Hadin. Thanks. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.